So I'm back out here on the Cape at one of my favorite places on Earth, the one and only Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex, where every time you turn around you see things you can see no place else on Earth. What you're seeing now is the front-end exterior of the Shuttle Atlantis, soon to roll out from the VAB over to its permanent resting place on display here at the Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Today, a rare opportunity I want to share with you as NASA allows the Budman inside the Shuttle Atlantis. Let's take a look.
This is a handle.
All right.
This is off the roof. Don't touch that.
Don't touch that.
What we're gonna
I can't, man. The eject. It's about to get in the cockpit of the Shuttle Atlantis. It's the Budman's, believe it or not, the opportunity of a lifetime. Tight fit.
But
Tight fit for a big guy. We're go for launch. We are go for launch in the cockpit of the Shuttle Atlantis. Thank you, KSC Visitor Complex. You are awesome. Talking with Joe Walsh here, who's showing us through the Atlantis. So we have the two seats here on the mid deck, and of course the other one's up on the flight deck. But when Atlantis was on a mission, what else was in this room? What about the living quarters?
Well, you would have a galley here with a water tank here and a rehydrator for food. You pump water into your food.
Where would the beds be? Where would you sleep?
You would sleep. They slept in their chairs. They basically hang.
Because when you're weightless, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter, right? Someone would sleep in their seats.
Right, right. And then as we walk over here, what would be back in here, Joe? Help people understand exactly what's back this way. This is the way to the
Payload bay.
payload bay, where all the cargo would be for the space station or whatever,
Right.
or the Hubble telescope, whatever.
Correct. That would be out that far hatch.
I see. You go through the airlock here, get your suit on, and then head on out.
Right. Close the hatch and then repressurize and then go on out. And or you could go straight up. Did you look out that window up top and see the docking mechanism?
Did not do that. Missed the opportunity.
Okay, well maybe you can run there quick. You could go straight up and that would lead your way up into the space station.
There we go. Now we're downstairs, I would say.
Mid-deck.
This is mid-deck on the Shuttle Atlantis. Two seats here. The two you saw in the cockpit, two like this behind it up top deck. And here we are in mid-deck. This is where we'd be belted in for liftoff before we started floating around here weightlessly in orbit. Fantastic, fantastic. Coming out of the mid-deck here into the White Room, which has been signed by everybody who's ever been through here. You'll find the signatures of the likes of Margaret Thatcher. And if you look over here, and this is rather poignant, these are the signatures of the fallen members of the Columbia crew, the shuttle that never returned early in 2003. I'll never forget it. We'll never forget them, nor the American heroes lost on Challenger. They give us an opportunity here that is just extraordinary. I'm so humbled by this, to actually sign the White Room, along with the signatures of all of these great Americans, unknown Americans, members of NASA, astronauts, and a very, very fortunate and grateful Budman. And that's our extraordinary day at the Kennedy Space Center, October 4th, 2012, inside the Space Shuttle Atlantis. I should say, which I find to be somewhat incredible, on the 55th anniversary of the launch of Sputnik by the Soviet Union that began the original space race that took us to the moon. Thanks again, Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. You make sure you come out here with your family, your kids, your grandkids. Go online, book one of those incredible up-close tours that are just extraordinary. The Atlantis rollout's going to be coming up. Read all about that on the website. Get on out to the iconic Launch Pad 39A, where all the moon missions went up, and a lot of the shuttles. Also inside the incredible Launch Control Center. We've never had access to that before. The Mammoth Vehicle Assembly Building, where all of the Saturn V's were assembled for the moon missions, and all of the space shuttles as well. Book that special up-close tour, limited time only, online, and quite literally, this is the only place on Earth when you can see the things we have seen here today. The Kennedy Space Center Visitor Complex. Go online to kennedysspacecenter.com.